God's timing. God's timing. Hello, good morning, you guys. So this is gonna be a newer version for me because I normally don't film my day-to-day, should I say, but I was like, why not? And I don't do it because it is a lot. So it is a lot to keep up with your camera. It's a lot to just be thoughtful about recording some things, but I'm gonna give it one more try. And also it's a lot to edit. However, I definitely thought that it would be useful, maybe. And I don't do a lot of amazing, exciting things, but I have a very full life. I absolutely love my life. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was just walking around in my house extremely happy. And I was just so grateful and so humble that God has taken away my worries. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't worry about stuff like I used to worry about stuff. Stuff just does not matter to me anymore. Anything that's important to me is important to me. It's not because it's important to somebody else, if that makes any sense. But right now it's 4:47 in the morning. This is what my mornings look like for the most part. Normally not this early, but pretty much the same gist. The plan is always to get up and come straight into now it's my prayer room where I read, do my Bible study, pray, stretch, do all of the things just kind of in here, and then leave my other rooms for my other rooms. I call my house, my 3 rooms, eat, sleep, pray. Eat is my office because that's how the girl makes her money, so that she can eat. And then sleep, of course, is my room. And then this room is pray. Eat, sleep, pray. So yeah, let's get into start our praying. 8 times out of 10, I will now, because I have dedicated a whole room for it, come in here. Before I used to go into my office where I had space there, but I just wanted everything. I need things to have its own space. I think I've talked about this before when I made the studio, because I used to film my YouTube videos also in my office, and it was just too much going on. It was the video, I had the cameras and the lights. Then I had my laptop, I was trying to work. It was just too much. So I made my studio, and then I also had another desk in my office where I would have my Bible study. And I was just like, I wanted that to have its own space. And my son ended up moving out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn that into my prayer room. That's just the room I go into. And that's all we do in here. You know, we Bible study, we lounge, you know, I read in here because I have a comfortable space. And I'll do a video on the before and after of this room. It's pretty dope. I like coming in here. I love this room. I absolutely love this room. I kind of feel like I want to put a chair in here, but where would I put it? Like, I have nowhere to put it. So I just like, you know what? And also I don't like clutter. I like to be able to walk around and not run into stuff in my room. So yeah, that's what we're about to get into. We're about to start our day. We're starting it a little early, but I get my 60 minutes in. I don't think I talked about it on this channel, but I'm doing 60 and 60 with a group of other phenomenal, mostly women, and we have a group, me, and we are doing 60 and 60 where we're taking 60 minutes out of our day and dedicating it to God. And that's whatever we want it to be. It's prayer, Bible study, reading. A lot of us are reading books. The book I read that's over there. But we're spending 60 minutes, 60 days, and we are probably 19 or 20 days in. I don't remember what day we're on. I think we're 19 or 20 days in. I'm counting backwards, so I think today is day 41. So we started at 60, and I want to say we're on 41 today. I could be wrong. But so every morning I do that. And I've talked about this on my channel before. I have tried to go back and forth between if going to the gym is better for me before I do Bible study, and it does not work. Because by the time I come home from the gym, I'm no longer in that space, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I have so many other things to do. So I'm just not in that gym. I mean, I'm not in the Bible study space anymore. Like when I do it first thing in the morning, before I brush my teeth, before I wash my face, I literally roll out the bed. Whether I'm rolling into this room, or I was rolling into my office, or I will go get my Bible, put it in the bed. And you have to know your own, you have to know yourself, you have to know your study habits, you have to know what your day looks like. And for me, this just works. I have to do my Bible study first thing in the morning, and I have to work out first thing in the morning. I'm not a workout in the evening. I'm not a studier in the evening. I just can't. I just do not do it well, and I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even set myself up for it. I will get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but be in the bed by 8. And so, but that works for me. So you have to find what works for you, and just fit that into your schedule. However you're gonna fit that into your schedule. Thankfully, I have a flexible schedule to where mornings again just work better. Absolutely better. I normally try to start my day between about 5:36. That's especially now that I'm doing the Bible study for at least an hour, or reading for at least an hour. After that, then I go to the gym. Also, I know this about my gym. After 7:30, 8 o'clock, the gym starts getting packed and weirdos come out. I don't know. Don't ask me. Now I'm back. And I guess that's why I feel like I can record, and maybe you all get a glimpse of what my day looks like. But yeah, so that's about it. I'm a morning girly. I do my Bible study early in the morning. I do my gym early in the morning. And it's so super early today that I'll probably end up taking a nap because I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning. And again, I have class, which means I don't get back home until after 9, around 9 o'clock tonight. Your girl will be extremely exhausted, and I don't want to be exhausted. So I'll probably finish my day, go to the gym after Bible study, and then come back, eat breakfast. I've already pre-made my yogurt parfait, so eat something and then get straight to work. I have a list of things that I want to do today that should take about 3 to 4 hours. Then I'll grab lunch, and then I may come home and take a nap before I go to class. That may be the routine, but you never know what may happen. So yeah, I've rambled on long enough. So yeah, let's get into our day. So y'all, I just finished reading, and I just read until I, either gotten what I need to get, or if it gets good, or I try to finish a section. Don't really have a rhyme or reason, but I have been reading Relaxed. Can y'all see that? Relaxed by Megan Marshman, and I'm almost finished with it. So it is definitely not a hard book. You can literally sit and read this book in no time, but I wasn't in a rush. I took my time reading this book, and it's been really good. The section that I just read about was talking about money, and she started the conversation with write down the last 10 things you spent your money on. And I literally had to sit back and figure it out. But it talked about how in Matthew, what Jesus talks a lot about money, because of course where your money is where your heart is. And I had literally had to go back, and I went through my bank account to see like what was I spending my money on. And I'm definitely in a different place now. I'm very intentional about how I spend my money. It's for several reasons. My view on money is totally different since I've been self-employed. My view on money, though I've always been very responsible with money, I've always been a good steward of my finances, because growing up we just didn't have a lot, and I just probably am traumatized by it at this point. So I always want to make sure I have something. But of course, being a single mother, there's been times, however, God, thank you God, that he has provided for me and my son for this entire time. Like, thank you God. But now I'm much more aware of my spendings, and I would attribute to being closer to God, just because I want to be more obedient about the way I spend my money. And the way I spend my money is how I also spend my time. So I don't see a lot of like eating out transactions, because I buy groceries and I eat at the house, and I cook food at the house. For one, it's just healthier. Two, it is a waste of money. Also, yeah, you start to see, you don't see a lot of bar transactions, or, just hanging out transactions. Not that it's just not that I can't, or I just don't want to most of the time. Like, I go out, and every time I go out, it's like $150 easy just to walk out your house, just to go and eat at a nice restaurant. And it's just not that serious, unfortunately. So I was like, I just have decided to limit those transactions. Now, what you will see is stuff for my house. I'm always ordering stuff for my house, especially because I've been remodeling this room. So it's gonna always be some transactions from Ross or Burlington's, or I don't really order from Amazon. So I like going to store at Home Goods, Marshalls, definitely for the decor items. So that's what I've probably been spending the most of my money on, just trying to make this space comfy, cozy. Wayfair, because that's where I got this bed. If you all saw this bed, which I love, this day bed. I did not want to put a full bed in here. I went on a tangent, sorry. But yes, so it started talking about how you cannot serve two masters, and you can't love money over God. So again, just good information to think about, and also how money stresses us out so much. So it definitely ties back to the trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and submit in all of your ways, submit to him, and he will lead your path. Money puts so much stress on us. Money stresses us out so much. Money causes us to do things that we should not do. Money leads to not trusting. I am guilty of doing that myself. I am guilty of doing it, but I only got to learn one time. I'm a one-hit wonder. Once I learn a lesson, you'll never have to worry about me doing that again. I learned my lesson with money when I tried to undercut myself and my worth and what I know I'm capable of doing just to get a contract to make more money. But that boiled down to me not trusting in God to be my true provider, right? Like she stated in this book so eloquently, when she was saying, Lord, I trust you. I give it all to you. Help me, strengthen me to trust you more, because I know I'm not going to trust you. Like, it was just like, because we know we're going to worry. We know we're going to do these things, even though we trust in God. Like, it's just our flesh, but you trust in God. But I know I'm going to still struggle with this. So God, help me. Just really, really help me. And I like what she talked about, where she stopped making decisions about like her business and where she would present based on money, because that started driving her when she used to do it for free. Like, all of this was hitting me, because again, being an entrepreneur, this is how we make our money. We don't have anybody just giving us a check at the end of every month necessarily, right? If I don't sign another contract or a client, there's no money coming in. So I have to figure out other ways. So you can get stressed out in a sense, right? And she talked about how she just, when she was doing her ministry, she was doing it for free because she absolutely loved it. She was getting paid in Chick-fil-A gift cards or coupons or whatever the case may be, but she didn't care because she loved doing it. Then she started getting like love offerings, right? And then those started turning into more profitable speaking engagements. And then she kind of got away from what she was naturally called to do and was getting caught up on the money and was like, well, yeah, I may not take this because of this amount of money, to the point to where she said, you know what, that's not how I want to operate. To where her manager or director of operations, when she sends the contract over, she don't send the price. She does not send how much money she would make off of this contract, which I thought was pretty dope, because you're literally just asking God, like, if this is what you want me to do, I'm gonna do it. Rather, at the end on that line of payment, it says coupon for Chick-fil-A or it says $10,000. It does not matter. I'm basing my decisions off of what's right and not what's profitable, because it's all about kingdom building and not making money for me, right? It's not about that, because God will sustain. And again, it touched me so much because I've been through that walk where I just had to trust God that he would have to make a way. He had to make a way out of no way. And because I had nothing, like I had nothing else to give. Like the battle was not mine. And walking away from my job, my career at the time, and God truly showing up within weeks. I had no idea how he was going to show up, but I knew he would, because he always does. And then to further down in my entrepreneur career, taking on an assignment for free, not knowing what that was going to look like, but being obedient because I knew God had called me to do this assignment for free, for that to ultimately turn into a paid contract, not with the people I was doing it for free, but with another client that mirrored the people that I was doing it for free. So again, it just touched me so much, because you do have to trust in God, and you cannot put money over things. And some things you have to do for free. Some things money will, I say this all the time, money will come. When you plant the right seeds, the harvest will come. You just never know when it's going to hit. You just never know when it's going to hit. And it could come when your bank account is on negative. God, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. However come, you know it's going to come, because you planted those seeds. You've done what you're supposed to do. You know it's going to come. But sometimes it comes and it comes with worry. It comes with stress. It comes with not the unknown, but the knowing, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so that is what I was reading. Get into this word. So I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, I have finished Bible study, and now it is time to get ready to go to the gym. That I'm back from the gym, I've already showered. I have not put on my lotion and all of that, but I am about to wash my face. Witch hazel wipes on my hair after I finish the gym. Clearly I have locks, and so my head sweats. I didn't mean to get that on my face. I meant to do this before I started my face routine, but I will wipe down my hair and like in my roots, because of course when I work out my hair sweats, and I only wash my hair every 4 weeks. So just to make sure my locks don't smell like sweat in between, I would like just wipe my roots. I don't do anything like major. I just get in there with this and like wipe my roots down. That I will take my hydrating spray. This is made by my loctician, Righteous Locks hydrating spray. It is the bomb. It smells so good, and all I'm doing is going in there and hydrating this hair and adding that beautiful lemongrass scent back to my hair, just in case that sweat smell wanted to seep through. Now we are in the office and I have a little work to do. I have my, probably can't see it because it's written in pencil, but it is my to-do list for the week. I used to do it very regularly, but I slowed down. But back on making my weekly schedule. But right now, I'm about to finish editing this video because I have been back from Africa for weeks. And I still had this video. I mean, I still had this that I wanted to put out there. So anyway, that's it. That's all. I will probably come back when I pick where I'm going, whether it's the sandwich place or the Mediterranean spot. If not, I'll definitely come back when I go to class so that you all can kind of see what goes on in an ESL class. Teaching students English as a second language that barely know English is taxing, to say the least. So I will be back. Now let's teach some ESL. This is my ESL classroom. It seats about 40 students. The most I ever had was like, well, when I've combined classes, it's been like 30 something, but my class is about 20 students, about max 20-25. I seldom use this whiteboard. I mainly use this screen because it's a touch screen and I can use a computer, or I use my projector that comes down from here from this computer. We saw a bird. Yes? Yes? Yes. The flowers are? No. Incomplete. We can jump high. Yes. Yes. My favorite color is blue. Yes. Yes. All right. Second page. Hey you guys, it is Wednesday and I am about to do my makeup. I have to film today with my marketing consultant who is helping me brand and promote and push Hectic, which is my software platform. So I've already, of course, showered, put on my oils and all of the things, and I've already done my face, put on my sunscreen. So I'll just kind of let that sit. And now I'm about to get into my makeup. And yeah, I'm kind of on I have to finish my makeup in 15 minutes, which I can do. However, I'm gonna give myself 20 and then I'll be back. Okay, y'all, I am back, and as you can see, the makeup is complete. I have not put my lip on yet. I will do that probably when I get in the car, only because I'll drink water and all that stuff and I mess it up. But my lip combo will consist of this Charlotte Tilbury brown, along with, I probably do this NYX or I may do my MAC Impulse, but I will bring both of those. They're just a nude shade. And then this one, this is the Holy Grail. This is Revlon. I can buy this out of like CVS or Walgreens, but it's the Sky Pink. She's absolutely gorgeous, layered on top of a nude. Like, I have, when I went in the store, I bought one, I loved it, went in the store and bought like all the rest of them that they have. So I have another one because I go through these pretty fast. So makeup is complete, about to put on my clothes. Next time I come online, I'll probably be at the place where we're going to film. So. About to get ready for filming with my amazing marketing consultant, Lanissa with Picturesque. So if you need a PR person or somebody to do all of your marketing, I'm your girl. Tap in. And we're at this really cute bookstore that my friend used before. So we're here now. It has a cafe. It's called The Bookseller, and it is Black owned by a female, and it is absolutely adorable. So I took a 24-hour staycation and I started at Gibbs Garden. This is about an hour north of Atlanta, and it is a very large outdoor garden with different flowers in bloom at different times of the year. It is extremely relaxing, calming, soothing. You can sit, you can walk, you can just enjoy the fresh outdoor environment. Nobody bothers you. You can do whatever it is you want to do and just be away and focus on the now. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience here. And then I went to lunch not too far from my hotel at Fire Bar. It was pretty good. Once I checked into my hotel, I relaxed for a little while before I changed clothes to go to dinner. I decided to go to Coalition Steak and Seafood. I primarily went for the oysters, but I was pleasantly surprised by the live music and the outdoor seating, which I did not know was a thing. And I enjoy sitting outside, especially when I'm solo, because it does allow me to interact with people more when I'm out and about. The food was not all that seasoned. It was very bland, so it looked better than what it was. But at least I tried it and marked it off of my things to do list. Then, of course, after eating, I got a sweet tooth. I found a Crumble that stays open late. My very first time going to Crumble, and I am definitely a cookie girly. So I was excited, to say the least, to try these cookies once I got back to my room. And let's just say 10 out of 10 for me. Next day, I went out to Block and Drum. This is an outdoor venue in Chamblee, Georgia, and it has live music and they spin with vinyls. Today, or this day, they had a Caribbean theme. So all the music was Caribbean and the food they had was Caribbean. I had the curry goat, 10 out of 10. The venue was extremely cute. It was outdoor, open air. You can go here with your friends, a date. It was definitely a vibe. I thoroughly enjoyed myself in my 24-hour staycation in the city. Okay, y'all. So I am the DIY, I wouldn't say queen, because I'm not a DIY carpenter girly, but I will DIY some stuff with a hot glue gun and some, what are these, wire cutters? So anyway, I rambled on long enough about that. So have you all seen these balls? Okay. You probably have if you go to Home Goods, At Home, TJ Maxx, or Marshall's, or Ross, any of the stores, then you have probably seen them. This is one. So outside in my front yard and my backyard, I always buy plants and flowers because they look so nice on the patio, so nice on the front porch. However, every year they die. And it's primarily because, especially on the front end, I get a lot of sun on the front side of my house, so they burn out. I can water those plants every day, all day, which I will have to do. There's no shade in the front yard except when the sun starts to set. So they burn. And now they have these balls that you can easily put into like pot planters, and they are really cute. I was skeptical of buying them because I'm like, that I'm not putting like fake plants outside, like that's just tacky. However, I bought this one ball, and it's Martha Stewart UV resistant, which means it's supposed to be able to take on the sun, right? And this was $15. So I have not found them this cheap since I found this one at Marshall's. And it's a habit of mine now, when I go into any of those stores that I just named, I go look for these balls. I refuse to pay more than $20 for one of these balls, right? Like, why am I doing that? They have them for 30, 40, 50, and I really need some big ones outside in the front, but I'm gonna have to wait till whenever. And they go really fast. Like, people are picking these up. So if you don't have many, you should try it. Anyway, this is one of the ones I bought first. And I said, well, I'm just going to try one out just to see how it looks. And y'all, it is so super cute on my front porch. So this is her. Still haven't taken the price tag off, because if you know, you know. I will return stuff if I just don't feel the vibes. But I feel the vibes now, so I can take that price tag off. So that leads me to my DIY assignments that I'm working on. Not assignments, but stuff that I was doing. So I bought these two, caught these for $7 at Burlington's, right? Like, that just means I'm in the stores way too much. But these are so cute. However, they're very plain. So I got the bright idea, right, that all is missing in comparison is like little flowers, right? Like, that's all that's missing. So I went to the dollar store and I bought flowers on a stem and cut the stem. Can y'all see that? Cut the stem and just put it in the ball. And this is what one of my balls look like that's outside. Now, granted, this was just a tester because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. And I put it outside. So with me, I have to look at something for a couple of days. And if it just annoys my spirit, then eventually I'll just say no and take it back or whatever. However, I'm not mad at this, but I'm mad at that I don't have a lot of flowers. So of course I didn't put flowers on the bottom because it sits in here, and you're not gonna see that anyway. That's just like the Christmas tree on the back end. I'm not putting bulbs all the way back on the back of the tree. You're not gonna see it. I'm just wasting my time and yours. So with this, I didn't put any flowers on the bottom because it's sitting here. And I didn't glue them in because I just wasn't sold that these wouldn't change colors or become real silly looking. And that glue was going to be too much work. And when I stick them in, they don't move. There was a couple of storms, and it didn't blow any of the flowers off. So I think I'm safe. So what I'm going to do is probably redo this ball once I do this one. So that's her. Okay. So now I have an empty ball. And I went to Dollar Tree and I got these flowers. Aren't they pretty? I hope I have enough, because I didn't want to just go flower crazy. I thought I bought more than this though. But also on each flower, on each stem, there's like there's several flowers. So I'm literally just going to cut those stems. And then I also bought these ivy branches, because in my other one, the one that's bought and made, they had ivy branches. So I'm going to work on sticking these. So all I'm doing is, as you can see, cutting the clamps, cutting the stems with these little cutters. And I probably don't even have to do that. I can probably just pull it off, but I'm gonna cut it. So now I've cut the stem, and then you just have to really be strategic. So I just use this as the bottom, right? Because this is how I'm sticking it in. So this is gonna be my bottom. And then you just stick them in. Now I've never done it with this little leaf, but I'm gonna try it with this leaf. And you just sticking it in like that. Ouch. And then what I'm gonna do now is cut all of the leaves off of their stems. So like this leaf, or flower should I say, I'm just gonna cut. And I'm gonna, since this stem is long, I'm gonna leave the length. That way I know it'll be sturdy. Uh-oh, y'all. These little clippers don't like this stem. I'm gonna have to get some more cutters because that stem is a little thick. It'll cut through these fairly quickly. So it cut these fairly quickly. So then you'll just place them. You keep cutting and then you keep placing. For whatever reason, this one is a little thicker, so I'm gonna have to go get different cutters. Yeah, that main stem is thick, so then you keep sticking. So I'm gonna play with this for a while. I'm gonna try to get all these leaves cut off and then try to organize where I want all my flowers to go and then really get them stuck in there, because all I'm gonna do is, you see I just pressed it in because it has like some type of a base at the bottom in here. So I would just keep pressing these all the way in until I get what I want. So yeah, that is what I'll be working on today. And I'll sit again, chop. Okay, this is the finished product. So again, I left the bottom empty because once I sit it in the planter, you're only gonna see like the flowers. And as I was sticking the flowers in, like trying to find the empty spaces, like that's an empty space right there. I was trying to match the flowers up so the colors wouldn't be the same, and child, just forget it. It just became too much, like too much. So this is what I have. Oh, see, and this because this stem is short, so I'm gonna stick her up here. And I try to put the stems that are long on the sides. So like these stems are longer, and that way they got a little bit more grip. So that's what it looks like. And you can see I have some empty spaces, but it will be on the front porch. And nobody has any business this close. So we'll see. I'm gonna sit it outside and we're going to see what it looks like and if I like it. So all right, so this is what they look like in the corner. I do kind of like that ivy leaf that's right there, so I may put some more ivy leaves on there, but again, just something to add some color to the front porch. And I still have another empty pot down here, but I have not been able to find any more I have not been able to find any more of those balls, affordable ones anyway. They have them, but they're expensive. So I will probably go on the hunt, or I will make my own. Sorry, y'all, my camera. But yeah, so that is that. And that's it. Hey you guys, and happy Sunday. I'm in the filming room just because I didn't feel like moving this camera. So I did my first week of kind of like trying to record what I did, but y'all, and this daily vlogging is not my ministry. I just have to be honest with myself. I have tried. I even thought about getting the DJI, that little camera, but I can barely keep up with this camera. Like I didn't film one day just because I just did not feel like bothering with the camera. Like getting the battery. So I was like, I'll just do it on my phone. So you will see a switch in layout from when I use my camera versus when I use my phone, just because it's a little process. So this is what my week looks like. It was actually a very full week. I again worked. I did some filming for the platform. I had a solo staycation, a real quick 24 hours of just me kicking it by myself. I went to, as you see, the Gibbs Garden dinner. What I did was knocked off a lot of things off of my save list in Google. A couple of those things I was supposed to do. One of the things I was supposed to do with somebody, but I'm like, oh, when am I ever gonna get a chance to do that? So I just say, you know what? I'm just gonna try as many things as I can that is on my saved list. So the Gibbs Garden was one, which was so dope. It was really pretty. And then dinner at Coalition was another one. And then the next day, that Saturday, when I went to Block and Drum, that has been on my list. And I'm glad I went, because it was just like, it was just okay. So now I can mark them off my list, because especially the Block and Drum, it was like a cooler vibe. It was having a carnival type theme. And again, it was a lot of like families with their kids out there, but I don't know what like a regular vibe would be. Seems like they were very comfortable when the kids was running around, which was not a bad thing. It was a Saturday afternoon, so it was fine. So I'm not sure what like the evening vibe looks like. So I may try them again, just to do like an evening kind of vibe, just to kick back to see what the energy is. But I did like the DJ there. It was really good. So I will try them again. So yeah, that was pretty much 24 hours. Like you'll all see. And then, Sunday today, went to church. My baby joined me at church. He had already let me know he was coming yesterday, because he has to try to figure out if I'm going to the 8:30 service or the 11 o'clock service, because I will switch up or if something happens. But chances are 80% of the time I'm going to the 8:30 service. So he said he was going to join me. So when I was texting him, letting him know I was, en route, he was saying to save 2 seats, because he was bringing Jasmine with him, which is his girlfriend. So I was glad to have both of them at church with me today. So it was a good day. Then I took them out to brunch after that. So we hung out. So my Sunday fun day was with my son and his girlfriend. And then I just came home, did my nails. Then went and got a pedicure, because the girl is not going to get her nails done. The girl is doing her press-ons. And then I'll go get my toes done, because my pedicure will last 4 weeks, and it's going to be $43 every time. And I tip him, make it an even $50 every 4 weeks. And these press-ons, I actually just tried these, and they were like $7 or $8. And I'm sure I can hold on to them at least 2 weeks. And if not, at least 2 weeks, that's the goal. And then I just put on another set. Nice, easy, and affordable. So that was my day. And now I just left from Kava. So I actually have some food that I'm about to eat. I was going to wash my hair and then like roll it. I just don't know if I want to commit to that. But it's Sunday. Tomorrow's Memorial Day. So I don't have to work. I don't have to do all the things. So y'all will probably get this video tomorrow, which is Monday. And because I'll do all the editing and things that I need to do, because I have nothing but time. But yeah, so that was my day. My week was good. I got some really good news. So I'm just waiting to get written confirmation. Like God has already kind of showed me his thing, but I'm waiting to get it in writing. And then I will share that with you all once that happens. And like I said, my week has really been productive. I did a lot, and I didn't record everything. I tried, y'all. I tried, but I didn't. I just didn't. But man, will I try again? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how the spirit moves me, or maybe I'll just stick with this. But I think I might go more into the podcast realm. I think that's going to be my next video. I'm going to still do this video setting, but I think I want to just post on a podcast platform. But I know I can make this content, I can post this content on a podcast and on YouTube. I just need to figure out how to post my videos as a podcast under like the podcast channel. I'll make a note for myself to do that this week, and then get it uploaded onto the podcast platform. That way I really can just talk, opposed to having to worry about filming and all of the things. I'll still have the setup or whatever, but I won't have the worries of that day-to-day
recording, that goes out the window, because that's not my mission, that's not my purpose, and I don't think that's what God called me to do. So yeah, but yeah, I'm about to go eat my food, and I guess the next time I will see y'all is whenever I post my next video. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And I would say, if you want to see more day-to-day interactions with me, comment below. But I know I don't want to do that. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. Again, unless God calls me to do it, that means he's also going to call me. He's also going to provide me the resources to buy this $1,000 camera that you really need to be a vlogger, a daily vlogger. So until he does that, we're going to stick with this camera he already gifted me with right here in this studio, where I don't have to move. All my lighting and stuff is set up, and we're good. We're good over here. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.